All right. Hello and welcome to a very special baking edition of Under the Working Lamp. I'm joined today with Mr. Larry Borst, and we are going to make the legendary Borst Cookies. So welcome, Larry. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
So I'll admit,
Good to be here.
I'm nervous, not gonna lie. Because I am not a baker. Like I like cooking, but I definitely am not a baker. So you're gonna have to be patient with me when it comes to all this sort of stuff.
We can walk through this. The best way to learn is to do.
Good. A little backstory on this, I guess. I mean, for as long as I can remember, though, you've been making these cookies. Where did this recipe come from, and when did you start making?
I just always have made, I started making chocolate chip cookies for my father-in-law. When he would come up, I'd always have a batch of chocolate chip cookies ready. My mom made really good chocolate chip cookies, and then I kind of tweaked that recipe. I never brought them to school. Then it was actually Wendy Koning, just on a spur of the moment, baked cookies for the staff once. And I thought, that is such a cool idea. I should do that sometime. And it just kind of took off. But the original kindness, the goodness of Wendy Koning really started it. So she should get some credit in this.
I would say that just sums it up perfectly. You know, goodness and love have to go into a
well, the first ingredient of good cookies is to have love in your heart. You got to start with love in your heart. Otherwise, it just doesn't turn out.
I might not be able to make these then very well. We'll see.
But then if they don't turn out, then I have a trump card. I can always look at the person and say, well, you didn't have as much love in your heart. You know, there must be something flawed with you.
That's fair. I mean,
what just kind of goes on them.
Will sarcasm work? I have a lot of sarcasm.
No, it's got to be just pure love. Sorry.
Okay, now I'm really nervous. Well, anyway, okay, let's start with some basic stuff. What do I have to preheat the oven to be, I guess?
Preheat the oven to 350.
350, okay. Should I do that now?
Yeah. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to try to raise my camera just a little bit.
Okay, so I got my bowl here.
Yep.
What do I need
then
to
you
do?
take one stick of margarine or butter.
Okay.
And you plop that in the bowl.
Plop that in the bowl.
Hopefully that's been sitting out, softening for a while.
I did do that. I have dealt with
very good
before, and so I did think ahead to do that. So I'm going to take my butter.
Yep.
Does it matter if it's unsalted or salted? I have unsalted, but.
Then add just a little extra salt when we add salt.
Okay. You also didn't tell me that we needed salt, so.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
I've got so many ingredients.
I do have lots of ingredients.
Okay, so don't worry. We got plenty of stuff here, I think. All right, so what do I do next?
So then you want to put in a little Crisco or vegetable seasoning, and I never measure this.
Can I just use vegetable oil for that? A little bit of that, or
no, not oil, but Crisco.
Crisco? Okay.
Do you have Crisco?
I don't have Crisco. Should I just use more butter then?
Toss in another thing of butter.
Okay.
When I'm using Crisco, I never measure it, but I figure about this much. It's got to be equal to that stick of margarine. So I just eyeball it so it looks roughly the same.
Okay, so should I just put a whole nother stick of butter in?
I'll just throw a whole other stick of butter in there.
All right. Man, see, this is why instructions are hard sometimes, you know?
Yeah, this is why we do this way. This helps.
I don't even know what Crisco is, but it doesn't sound good.
No, it can't be good for you, but I put it in.
All right, so I got my butter in there.
Then you want some peanut butter, and you want about a cup of peanut butter, but I don't feel like you should measure that either.
Okay, so just take a spoon and...
Take a spoon, and I think that looks like about a third of a cup. Doesn't that?
Yeah, sure.
And so I put in 3 of those.
Okay, so there is some science behind it, but some not science too, or some.
There's definitely some science and some art.
Okay. So I got my peanut butter in there.
Then you want to take some sugar and you want to put in a cup of brown sugar, which I have here. You know what my mom does?
What's
My
that?
mom just takes a piece of bread and puts it on top of the brown sugar, and it always stays soft, and the
Oh,
bread doesn't go bad.
yeah, I've heard of that. Okay, so I got a cup.
It's amazing.
Do I have to firmly pack this cup?
Packed. Yeah.
Packed?
Get all the air out. And what kind do you have?
Just light brown sugar.
Okay.
Is that bad?
I always go with Meijer's brand dark brown sugar, but it doesn't matter too much.
This is my brand light brown sugar, so.
I think Meijer's brand has the best dark brown sugar on the market.
Oh man, Larry, these are gonna turn out poor.
Oh no, this will be good. This will when you do it the other way, it'll help you slowly improve.
I suppose.
You'll notice the difference. It'll develop the palate.
Maybe develop it or just kill my spirits, one of the two. Get a bigger opening here. Boy. Now I'm getting more and more nervous as we keep going, Larry, you know?
Why?
Because I keep messing up, you know? Like I have the wrong sugar, I have the wrong butter,
I keep adding little things, and it makes me sound like a snob. Which
I have
like.
the wrong attitude, you know, I don't have the right feelings in my heart. Okay, so I'm adding my cup of brown sugar, and then a cup of white sugar.
A cup of dark or cup of brown sugar, and then a whole cup of white sugar too.
Yeah. Whole cup of white sugar. Okay, so a lot of sugar here. Does the white sugar have to be anything special, or
no? That's just that you know, that can be any kind. I'm much less fussy with that. I was once at Meijer's, and there's a young couple buying sugar, and they were kind of debating amongst each other, and I butted in and said, there's nothing like dark brown sugar. And I talked about it for like 3 minutes. Then I walked away and felt like maybe I was a little too weird, which I was.
That sounds like something you would do, though.
Yeah.
And I just happened to notice this, and this is nothing against you. My wife does this as well, but you call it Meijer's, not Meijer.
Yeah, that's because I'm from Michigan, and we know the Meijer family, so we think of it in a possessive way.
Yeah, no. And I've heard that argument before, and I know it used to be Meijer's, whatever, corner store. Or
Meijer's Thrifty Acres.
Thrifty Acres, whatever it is, right? But The name on the sign is Meijer, not Meijer's, and so that's my argument for it.
Yeah, I don't even think of the sign. I think of Fred.
And see, but then you think, here's the other question. So I always counter with this one too, is what do you call those gardens that are over on
Meijer's Gardens?
You call it Meijer's Gardens?
Fred gave it to us.
Really? Okay, so everyone I've ever talked to always just says Meijer Gardens, and then that totally
your
argument. But you say Meijer's argument, so I can respect that.
Possessive, yeah.
Okay, I can respect that, but I've never heard anyone ever call it Meijer's Gardens before. Okay. Anyway, back to the baking. Okay, so I got my sugar.
Okay.
Well, my sugar's in now, right?
Then you want to take a pinch of cinnamon and just sprinkle a little cinnamon on the top.
Okay, a pinch, and I have to pinch it. And that's it, is a pinch of cinnamon. I like it.
Just sprinkle a little on the top, yeah.
I'm going to do a little bit more then because I like cinnamon.
Yeah, you should get a feel for it.
All right.
And then I never measure it, but a teaspoonish, just pour a teaspoon of vanilla on that.
Okay. So just a teaspoon of
just a $50 size blob in the sugar. You know, just pour some in.
Okay.
I'll do just a touch more.
Touch more? Okay. Is that good?
Yep, that's good.
Okay.
Then they call this creaming this. You just want to get all this mixed together in kind of a creamy mess.
Okay, kind of.
And you really need a strong fork to do this. So I go to New to You and I look for like super strong forks. And I buy those.
We talked about this kind of earlier. This is totally like, the hardworking Dutch CRC.
Yeah. Yeah, you should never use a food processor. You should just use your own work. It should feel like reflect the love means involvement with the materials.
Does the butter have to be
ultimately kind of look like this?
Oh, wow, you're fast, man. I guess you probably were doing this ahead of time. Okay, we'll see if I ever want to do this again after.
Okay.
I might just like having you bake the cookies more than.
It is a nice surprise. I guess you should, if you start doing this, you should get your own. Like I have a signature color bowl. I should have worn the shirt. The staff once made a shirt the same color as my bowls.
Oh, really? I don't know if I've ever seen that shirt before.
Should I go look for it a minute while you're
Go look for it while I keep mixing.
I'll be right there. Here's the shirt. They made it for me. It's got little wings on it. It's the color of the bowls that I make. I think Krista Craigsman made it. And then it's got the staff sign their names on the back.
That's great.
It's one of my favorite shirts.
How often do you wear it? I feel like I've never seen you wear that shirt before.
You ever see the Seinfeld episode of Golden Boy?
Yeah, the one where the first shirt out, that kind of thing.
Yep. This is Golden Boy. This is my Golden Boy. It's the first shirt out. It's a little raggedy now because it's always the one that's out there. It doesn't need a special treatment or anything. It's Golden Boy.
I see. All right, so look at my mixture here.
Yeah, it looks a tad dry.
Tad dry. So how can I get that?
That's okay.
Probably because the
crisp. Yeah, that looks nicely. Yeah, you have larger eggs.
I haven't put eggs in yet.
Okay, let's toss the eggs in next.
Did you put eggs?
I try to get bigger eggs, like extra large eggs. I pick the ones, but these are from my own chickens, so that's extra love.
These don't seem very.
That's okay. Oh, those look like nice size eggs.
They do? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. We should cut away to a quick picture of my chicken a minute.
Oh, sure thing.
But I'm not going to.
Well, you can send me a picture, and I can put it in the video.
Okay.
Okay, my forearm is like, it's on fire right now.
Yeah. Then mix those eggs through really well.
Okay.
And looking at yours, I think you're going to want to add just a pinch of water, like 2 teaspoons of water.
2 teaspoons of water. Okay. Bring my bowl over here.
And then I get it to be about this. I don't know if you can see, but about this soupy, maybe even just a little thick. Yes.
Okay. I'm about there. Not everything's quite mixed in all the way, but we're getting there.
It looks good.
Does it? Can you see it okay from where you're...
It still looks to me just a smidgen dry, but it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah. Did you add the water yet?
I did add the water. Should I add a little bit more?
Look at mine. It's about there. Yeah, you're close though.
I'm close.
Yeah, and you always got to think that you have different batches. The batches have their own personalities. It depends on the humidity, time of year.
Do you have a best batch that you've ever made? Like, do you remember like a certain cookie that you're like?
Yeah, there's a certain gold standard I've hit 5 or 6 times, but sometimes they're just okay, and sometimes they're fantastic. Yeah.
Do you always indulge in one of your own cookies? Like when it comes straight out of the oven, do you have one?
No.
No, you don't? Okay.
Many times I've when I was Whole30 in it, I wouldn't even take a taste. I was quite strict on it.
That is some willpower right there.
But otherwise I only eat them with the staff. I don't eat one right out of the oven.
I see. All right, so take a look at my batter now. Does that look?
That looks good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Okay, then you want to add, and this is the tricky part. The recipe calls for 1 3/4 cup of flour.
Okay.
But what I do is here's 1 cup roughly. I put that in, and then based on how wet it is, I put in somewhere between 1 3/4 and 2 cups.
Okay.
My guess is you want just slightly over 1 3/4 based on how soupy yours is.
Okay.
So I would do one cup, go, and then just eyeball about 3/4. And I am going to do 2 So probably 1/8 cup.
That look good, do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Sure? Okay.
Yeah, you're a math teacher. You should be able to figure that out.
Just because I know the fraction doesn't mean I know how to estimate.
Then before you mix that, you want to throw in about a teaspoon of baking soda.
Okay, teaspoon of baking soda. Oops, that's baking powder.
And I usually go more like 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda.
Is there anything that you do normally on the recipe?
No, I don't. I don't believe in that.
So why don't you just rewrite the recipes?
I am. I'm saying it's just about 3/4. It's all how you feel. It's all a feeling.
Okay.
And then I always do it. Oh, I do one thing normal. I do an exact teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay, so about 3/4 of baking soda.
Yeah.
And an exact teaspoon of baking powder.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Then I in my hand, I take a little salt.
Okay.
And I just do a smidget.
Smidget. Okay.
Yeah, and you should probably do 2 smidgets because you're butter.
You just constitute a smidget of salt right here. Does that?
That looks like 2 smidgets, right?
That looks like 2. Okay, good. Well, good thing I
Yeah.
didn't put it in yet. Okay, so that's my 2.
Yeah. Oh, be careful. At this point, if you mix this too fast, the flour will fluff up and break out. So you just kind of keep folding this in until you get that flour all nice and moist.
Okay.
You mix it slowly with deep kind of cutting cuts.
That's my technique.
That looks really good. Anything that keeps the flour in the bowl is good. And then you want to get it to about a thick paste like this.
Okay.
This looks about right. This might be just a tad runny, but we'll go a little runny today.
Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this now, although
Good.
feeling good about it is probably a bad sign.
No, that's good. That's good. Then you remember how the Crisco is really bad for you because we don't really know what it's made of, though it is called vegetable oil, spread, I think.
Yeah.
All vegetable. It's all vegetable. But then I add 4 cups. I double the amount that the original recipe called for. 4 cups of old-fashioned oats.
4 cups of old-fashioned oats. Now, you didn't tell me they had to be old-fashioned. But luckily,
they're like great for your heart. So this outdoes any bad that Crisco does. So these are actually good for you.
Okay. So you said 4 cups. I don't know that I have all old-fashioned oats. I'm going to run out here. Is it okay if I use some other type of oats?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
And you said 4 cups.
4 cups-ish. Yeah.
Okay, so that we got about a cup and a half of old-fashioned oats, and we're going to go a cup and a half of. We're going to go
regular oats.
What?
Regular oats. Yeah. Add just a little less than 4 cups then.
Okay. We'll go 3.5.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Then you mix that all together.
Geez, this seems like a lot of oats for the amount of cookie that.
I know, it's a huge amount of oats, which is good for your heart. So basically, these are good for you.
So while we mix, how's your family doing?
Pardon?
How's your family doing as I mix here?
Oh, fine. How about yours?
Doing well.
You got a nice kitchen. I like your kitchen. It looks good.
Oh, thank you. We have done nothing to it. It was came like this.
Nice.
They had gotten new appliances when they whoever the last owner was. That was great. Um,
Yeah.
we're not in love with the color, and by we, my wife is not in love with the color. I could probably care less. I could probably care less as to what color things are, to be honest. But
We just painted ours.
is that a white or an eggshell white or a
White. White on top, but then if you look down below, the lower cupboards are blue.
Ah, okay, there you go. Okay, I think I got my okay, how's that look?
That looks good.
That look good?
I would add, right now, I would toss in just a little more water.
A little bit more water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just throw some in your hand and then sprinkle it over.
Oh, okay, just do that.
Sure.
I trust you.
Yeah, it's going to get baked. So then I do two cups of chocolate chips. I always do 1 cup of regular chocolate chips. And then I like my second cup of chocolate chips to be the dark chocolate chips.
Okay, so you didn't tell me all these secrets here. I just have
I know. I'm just telling you how I do it. When if I have the dark chips, I'll use them.
For those watching,
I do that only because Tim Van Dyke. Oh, what?
I'm just gonna say to those who are watching, you should have seen the list that he gave me. It was just all one, not even a list. It was just one sentence without even any comments in between.
And I forgot half the stuff.
And you forgot half the stuff. Okay, so you said 2 cups.
2 cups.
Okay, I think
when I split dark chocolate regular chips once, Tim Van Dyke said, "These are particularly good cookies today, Larry." And I've been doing it that way as often as I can ever since.
Oh, to please, of course. To please.
I like it. I like it if Tim Van Dyke is happy.
I think Tim Van Dyke likes that too. So.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like my cookies are going to be so substandard though, because with all the sub.
No, they'll be fine.
The light brown sugar, it's everything's light here. Right? I don't have the dark brown sugar. I don't have the dark chocolate chips.
That's true.
Feeling adequate. Okay, but we're taking the spoon now.
Then you go back to the spoons. And then I just take it's kind of a soup spoon, but I just take about this much.
Okay.
And I just plop it on the cookie tray with a spoon. So it looks about like that.
Okay. So hold on.
And
do I need to grease my cookie tray at all, or?
Oh, I have those non-stick ones, but yeah, you should spray some stuff on there if you have.
All right.
That's up to how you do cookie trays.
All right, so I got my spray. How many cookies do you usually bake at a time?
I try to get between 14 and 16 on a tray.
How far apart do you have them?
I'll show you. And my cookies, they run a little big, but I do it like this. Oh, I do it like this.
Okay, I see it. How do mine look so far? Do you see?
Looks great.
Good.
Very good.
I'm too particular. I'm gonna try to make them too round. I think you know what I mean. Like,
oh, yeah, mine are not. I just do them very haphazard.
I know, but that's just my personality. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's your math background.
Math background right there. Does everyone have the exact same number of chocolate chips in them? You know?
Yeah. I like it if people hover over the bowl, picking out the one that they think is going to be good. Well, I like to have variation.
Have you ever tried any other ingredients besides chocolate chips in them, just out of curiosity?
Like what else?
I don't know, like M&Ms or something like that, you know?
Oh no,
I'm just curious.
no.
You sound very offended by that.
Yeah, M&Ms. I don't think that would be good. Your kind of your relative Dave Warner's really likes peanuts in his. So I used to bake them for him every so often with peanuts.
So, could you just use crunchy peanut butter then?
Pardon?
Could you use crunchy peanut butter instead then?
No, I don't think so.
What's the difference between? I don't know.
I think that has to do with like the intention and love in your heart somehow.
Have you ever tried to freeze this cookie dough?
No,
No? Okay. I don't know how things work.
no. And I'm super crazy about these. Like, if these sit overnight, I won't eat them. They got to be fresh.
Oh, these cookies do?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
so
a
I
little
need
extreme.
so I need to eat all
No,
these.
you can do whatever you want, but
I'll bring some to my
for
neighbor.
some reason, yeah, for some reason, I just don't think they should be eaten tomorrow. But my kids will eat them occasionally or something like that. But I just don't believe it.
Wow.
I'm a little weird on that.
There's so many rules involved here.
There are rules.
Okay, so
Okay, I'm throwing mine in.
How long am I putting them in the oven for?
Till they're brown.
Okay.
I have no idea how long that takes.
Like literally no idea? Like you can't give me
No idea. It could be anywhere between 10 and a half hour. I have no idea.
How is that even possible that you don't know? Okay, so the cookies are in the oven, 350 degrees. I set a timer for 10 minutes, and I still can't believe that there's no, you don't have any time. Like,
I have no idea. I have no idea at all.
so what do? You just check them or what?
Now is the time for you to nibble some of the cookie dough.
Ooh, okay, I can do that.
And if you're really cool, I like to put milk in the freezer for about 10 minutes.
Ooh.
And then have milk after you eat a little cookie dough. In memory of Dave Warner's, I mixed a few peanuts in with my cookie dough.
That's good stuff. Just by itself.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping they turn out. I don't know if we want to wait the full time and keep recording.
Yeah.
Keep recording while this is going. But maybe we could just check back in, or maybe I can just send you pictures of my my cookies afterward. But I think we'll call it right there. Anyway, hey, thanks so much for helping me bake these. I will let you know how they
send me a picture. I'd like to see.
Definitely will.
Okay.
I'm still waiting to see. Like, I'm still scared that I don't know how much time these cookies have.
I think it's going to be between 10 and 17 minutes.
So exact. 10 and 17. Anyway, thanks for doing this again.
Okay.
And for
also, if they turn out even a little brown, I always say to my wife, I burned them.
Okay.
I'm a little bit of a downer.
So if they get brown, okay.
Too brown.
Too brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will keep an eye on them for sure.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you again. Thanks for those of you who are watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you can go try to make your own Borst cookies now.